we were connected with the manor for quite a while, and His Holiness Krishnadas Maharaj was the instrument in getting Sitaram Lakshman deity. And when Guru Maharaj used to come to Coventry, we used to really enjoy Ramnavamis, and then we used to go to Bharat and celebrate it there. And we've kept the same mood here, and today I must congratulate our head Pujari, Pranava Prabhu, for doing the decoration of the altar, which looks beautiful. And Vidhu Prabhu for making the bows for Sachinandanita Chand. Today they are Ram and Lakshman. And there's arrows there with the light shooting off from the arrow, like, I don't know where they're shooting the arrows to. I think to my heart, to your heart, with the broadcast. And let's all enjoy this beautiful festival. Also all the Matajis at the temple and others who offered their bhoga to the Lordship. And today I was involved as well with Premandri in making loads of good things for Sri Ram, because his appearance happened at noon, at 12 o'clock. It was very nice. I'd like to thank Dinesh Prabhu for being there all the time behind the camera or the computer and whatever, to give you a lovely presentation. And so today we have a packed program, and there'll be bhajans, kirtan, and hopefully a church at 5:30. And hope Raghupati ji can join us, and we can talk about Lord Ram, Bharat, and because we've been reading Leela every night, a summary of the Ramayana, and we really enjoyed it. And there are some amazing moments where we all felt sad, and other times felt so happy. So tonight, it's a festival program, not the regular Sunday one. So if there's few delays here and there, please excuse us. So now we're going over to the temple to greet Srila Prabhupada, who gave us all. He gave us everything. Remember, 9th canto of Bhagavatam has got Leela mention of Lord Ram. And Lord Ram, we've been celebrating Lord Ram's, the universe has been appearance since Treta, over 1 million years ago. And we're still doing it, longer than Lord Krishna's birth. So we go over to the Aarti, Krishna Prabhupada. Jai Siya Ram.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Bandha moye Savadhana Mate Bandha moye Savadhana Mate Yahara Prasade Bhai Bhavato Riyajai Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Koriya Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Arana Koriyo Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Sevu Tamagati Ye prasadhe pure sarva asha चक्षुदान दिल जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिल जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान दे प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान दे प्रकाशित प्रेमा भक्ति যাহা হইতে অবিজা বিনাশায়তে প্রেমা ভক্তি যাহা হইতে অবিজা বিনাশায়তে বেদ জ্ঞায়াহর চরিত বেদ জ্ঞায়াহর চরিত শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু আদমাজনার বন্ধু শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু আদমাজনার বন্ধু লোকেনাথ লোকের জীবানা লোকেনাথ লোকের জীবানা হা হা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মরে পাদ ছয় হা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মরে পাদ ছয় হে ব্যাস কুশুতি ভুবানা শিলা প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবনা জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় গুরুদেবা জয় গুরুদেবা গুরুদেবা জয় গুরুদেবা নিতাই গৌরা হরিব 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 জয় গৌরা হরিব জয় গৌরা হরিব 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 জয় গৌরা হরিব
Thank you, Vidu Prabhu and Sudarshan Prabhu. That was wonderful. So this is the beginning of our festival for Ramnavami, Prabhupada, and we always have a message from Prabhupada on the video. It's great that his disciples recorded his lectures and everything. It's wonderful. To this day, we feel we are listening to Srila Prabhupada directly. So let's hear the message we have today from Srila Prabhupada. So over to the video. Jai Ho. Jai Siya Ram. Okay, well, while we're waiting for the video, I'm sure it's coming. And whenever we get the zoom onto the altar, please do have a look at the arrows on the side of the Lordship. There's a light going up as if it's shooting Brahmastra to our hearts. And there you are. It says zoom never. Well, I was there in live. I could see it. So at the edge, yep, yeah, you can see them. Oh, there's shooting going on there. So it's Lord Ram is well known for his bow and arrow. And Cupid is known for his bow and arrow as well. And Krishna is Madan Mohan. You know, he even attracts Cupid. So never mind Cupid's arrows, you know, Lord Krishna's arrows and Lord Ram's arrows are even more, you know, attractive. They make you spellbound to look at the Lordship. Are we going to have the video? Is the video on soon? Who's putting the video on? Somebody talk to me.
Couple of minutes, Prabhuji.
Oh, a couple of minutes. Okay, I'll tell more about them. Now, as we know, when Lord Ram was born, then shortly afterwards, you know, Bharat was born, then Lakshman and Shatrughan. It was very divine event, and all the brothers loved each other. But Lakshman was more attracted to Lord Ram. And that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also showed 6 arms, 2 arms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 2 of Krishna, and 2 of Lord Ram. Today he's showing 2 arms of Lord Ram. And Vidu Prabhu made the bow there. It looks so attractive. And so during the program, if you get wounded by his looks, don't blame me, I warned you. And Lordship wants us to be in love with him. And the Nityanand Prabhu to the left, he is Lakshman. So just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there you are, there is Lakshman there. Doesn't he look so beautiful? Look at this gopi dots done by Pranava Prabhu. I'm sorry, Pujari Dev, but Pranava is doing a better job than you on gopi dots, and me, of course. They're very beautiful. Look at that. Well done, Pranava Prabhu. I mean, your turban you make, absolutely gorgeous. And this is the talent which the Lord gives to the devotees. When the devotees, they want to serve the Lord, let's not wait till we go to Golok and then serve the Lord. Start living the Lord now. Here's your opportunity. Get initiated and desire to serve the Lordship personally. I mean, look how handsome he is. Lakshman would have loved to be dressed up like that. And today he is. That's Lakshman in front of you. We are so fortunate to have Sachin and Anita Chand. They give us so much love. It's amazing. The whole decoration theme is about the forest. And it is said that if Lord Ram didn't go into the forest, maybe he wouldn't have been that famous. So in one sense, we should thank Kaikeyi. And today I was listening to Katha. Actually, Lakshman thanked Kaikeyi when he was able to serve Lord Ram one-to-one personally in Panchavati. He thought, I couldn't have served him this close if I was still in the palace. And sometimes we think some situation is really bad, but actually it's good for us to get close to someone we love. Here we go. We got the video on. So please enjoy the video.
What was the business of Ramchandra? To kill Ravana. To kill all the atheists. That was the Ramchandra's business. To kill Ravana. Ravana was very powerful atheist. And he was working with the 10 heads. Just like materialistic economies, they work very hard. And they have got good brain also for working hard. So Ravana had 10 heads. But the plan was to cheat Ram. With all intelligence, with all brain. His only plan was how to cheat Ram. That was it. He became a sannyasi. And he went to take some alms from Sita. The purpose was to cheat, to enter, because according to Vedic civilization, a sannyasi has open door. He can go even inside. But that he was the only sannyasi at that time who tried to cheat. But this kind of sannyasi, or this kind of intelligent person, are killed by Ram. They may make plans, they might, to cheat Ram. But ultimately they become vanquished with all that planning and commission.
Well, there you are. What an amazing point made by Srila Prabhupada. Materialists have big heads, but they always plan to cheat the Lord. And I actually heard the other day that, those who want Lakshmi without, Narayan, actually that Lakshmi becomes into Durga Mai. Devi hi shagunmai mammaya duratya. So all the materialists want Lakshmi and not Ram. They want Sita, not Ram. The same, Sita Mata becomes like Devi, Maya Devi, and that's the destruction of the person who desired to have Lakshmi only without Ram. So we devotees, we want Sita Ram, and although the name Sita comes first, then Ram, so we glorify both of them. They come together. It's like the sun and the sunshine. the energetic and the energy. And, it's their mercy that we got the life we have of devotion. So now we're going to move on and, okay, so what we got now is we got Pujari Dev now ready. So I don't know what he's going to sing. He always has something wonderful. And even the other day he sang nicely. So over to Pujari Dev to glorify Lord Ram. So let's enjoy his rendition of Stuti, Ram Stuti. Jai Ho. Are you ready, Pujari Dev?
Sorry, Prabhuji, I didn't get time to prepare any wonderful, but which one you're going to sing, it's already wonderful. Hey Ram, Prabhuji.
Well, I'll send you to Sri Lanka. Next time you should prepare it. Eh?
Jai Ho, Jai Hare
All
Krishna.
right. There we go. Whatever you sing is beautiful. You sang at lunchtime. That was wonderful, Stuti. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Hey Ram, 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 जग में साचो तेरो नाम, जग में साचो तेरो नाम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, जग में साचो तेरो नाम, जग में साचो तेरो नाम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, तू ही माता तू ही पिता है, 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 तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम, तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, जग में साचो तेरो राम, जग में साचो तेरो नाम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, तू अंतर्जामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्जामी सब, तू अंतर्जामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्जामी सबका स्वामी, तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम, तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम, तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम, हे राम, इस जग के सारे काम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम जग में साचो तेरो नाम जग में साचो तेरो नाम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम तू जगदाता विश्व विधाता तू जगदाता विश्व विधाता तू जगदाता विश्व विधाता तू जगदाता विश्व विधाता तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम जग में साच तेरो नाम जग में साच तेरो नाम हे राम 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 हे राम
Jai Siya Ram, Jai Siya Ram. Wow, kya baat hai. Yeah, that was really, really nice. So Vidhu Prabhu, you're the co-MC.
Yes.
And I know that you love Lord Ram, so maybe you can enlighten our viewers why they should be excited today.
So Hare Krishna everybody, welcome to the evening program on Sri Ramnavami. And why should we feel excited about Sri Ram? It is a tradition in Hinduism that when somebody has departed their body, then when the coffin is being carried, the Ram, the people are surrounding us chanting Ram Nam Sat
Satya hai, Ram Nam Satya hai.
Just this morning I was listening to Prabhupada on a Bhagavad Gita class, and he was explaining that Krishna is explaining in the first verses to Arjuna in chapter 2, he's explaining the nature, he's explaining what Sanatan is, the soul is Sanatan, so the word Sanatan, he focused on that. And he said, our culture is to know the characteristic of the Sanatan is Sanatan Dharma.
Yeah.
That's how he describes Sanatan Dharma, to try and understand the nature of what that which is Sanatan, the nature, the characteristic of Sanatan, that is Sanatan Dharma. And we are Sanatan Dharmis. So Ram Nam Satya is, not only Ram Nam is Satya, but so is Ram. Shri Ram is Param Satya. So this is he is the absolute supreme truth. So when he descends, and especially Shri Ram, because he's Maryada Purushottam.
Yes.
Maryada. He came to teach us the ideal behavior of every human being. So we need to focus on Lord Ram's behavior at every point and how is he behaving. What am I learning from this? I was speaking to somebody earlier on. I said the important thing is not that we just attend classes or programs or kathas. Is when you're there, you're listening, you're reading. What are you picking up? Not just you're there and then not there and then.
The sound has gone.
So we must get to know what is the story behind that particular descent of the Lord, and learn from it, and start loving the Supreme Lord through His pastimes.
I'm glad you said that. We should love the Lord. Otherwise, we think the Lord is there who just instructs and we do our own material things. You know, just learn what Ram said, how I can achieve wealth, how I can get married, how can I do that. See, that's not the point. The point is, when we hear these kathas, we fall in love with the Lordship. That's the prime thing. And many people don't. They think he is someone who's just telling you to achieve your goals, and then you become as good as Lord Ram or Lord Krishna. Jai. Okay, thank you very much. So now we got in the wing waiting all the way from Rugby and Patiala. Are we ready? I see a big smile there, yeah? Shraddha Devi and her sister. So let's hear what she has to sing about Lord Ram. So what you got for us today? I love this echo at the back.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Jai Jai Siya Ram.
As all we know, just Lord Ram have appeared already. So उसके बाद हम क्या करते हैं? सबसे पहले बधाई देने जाते हैं.
वाह वाह वाह.
So we try to glorify Lord Ram this way, so we can just all enjoy that.
बधाई दोगे क्या? लड्डू भी है?
लड्डू भी है, आइए आप पर्सनल आइए.
नहीं, मैंने आपको देखा नहीं ऑफरिंग के समय, तभी मैं सोचा आज कुछ बनाया कि नहीं राम के लिए.
नहीं बनाया, लेकिन हम मंदिर में गए थे.
और इसलिए तो मैं सोच रहा था जूम हो रहा है तो रग्बी माइनस है वहां पे, भगवान को ऑफर नहीं कर रहे. हाँ, इसलिए मैं पूछा लड्डू बनाए कि नहीं बनाए.
नहीं माइनस नहीं थे, लेकिन एक किसी कॉर्नर में बैठे थे राम जी के सामने.
ना कॉर्नर में उनको खिलाना नहीं था. जब जन्म होता तो दूध तो देते ना. मुझे
खिलाया ना.
अच्छा खिलाया. तो मैं तभी से सोच रहा था मैं अभी पकड़ूंगा कि सभी ऑफर कर रहे थे, आप कहाँ पे थे? पकड़े गए ना. ऐसा नहीं, मुंह में राम बगल में छुरी नहीं चाहिए. यहाँ पे यहाँ चाहिए मुंह में राम और मुंह में लड्डू भी.
हमारे पास रखते नहीं, हम छुरी नहीं रखते.
नहीं तो लड्डू तो खाएंगे ना. लड्डू तो खाएंगे. अच्छा चलो बधाई करो. आज दो भजन करेंगे ना.
जी.
हाँ चलो कीजिए. जय हो.
जय सिया राम. प्रगटे हैं चारों भैया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. प्रगटे हैं चारों भैया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. बाजे बधैया आज बाजे बधैया. बाजे बधैया आज बाजे बधैया. जन्मे हैं चारों भैया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. जन्मे हैं चारों भैया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. गलियन गलियन धूम मची है. गलियन गलियन धूम मची है. धूम मची है. धूम मची है. गलियन गलियन धूम मची है. गलियन गलियन धूम मची है. बाजे रही शहनैया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. बाजे रही शहनैया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. प्रगटे हैं चारों भैया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. जगमग जगमग दिया जलत है. जगमग जगमग दिया जलत है. दिया जलत है. दिया जलत है. जगमग जगमग दिया जलत है. जगमग जगमग दिया जलत है. झिलमिल होते अटरिया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. झिलमिल होते अटरिया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. जन्मे हैं चारों भैया, अवध में बाजे बधैया. कौन लुटाए हीरा मोती. कौन लुटावे हीरा मोती. हीरा मोती. हीरा मोती. कौन लुटावे हीरा मोती, कौन लुटावे हीरा मोती, हाँ कौन लुटावे रुपया अवध में बाजे बधैया, कौन लुटावे रुपया अवध में बाजे बधैया, प्रगटे हैं चारों भैया अवध में बाजे बधैया, राजा लुटावे हीरा मोती, राजा लुटावे हीरा मोती, हीरा मोती, हीरा मोती, राजा लुटावे हीरा मोती, मैया लुटावे रुपया अवध में बाजे बधैया, मैया लुटावे रुपया अवध में बाजे बधैया, प्रगटे हैं चारों भैया अवध में बाजे बधैया, झांझ मृदंग ताल ताल ढप बाजे, झांझ मृदंग ताल ढप बाजे, ओ ताल ढप बाजे, ताल ढप बाजे, झांझ मृदंग ताल ढप बाजे, ओ नाचे ताता थैया अवध में बाजे बधैया, नाचे ताता थैया अवध में बाजे बधैया, प्रगटे हैं चारों भैया अवध में बाजे बधैया, प्रगटे हैं चारों भैया अवध में बाजे बधैया, बाजे बधैया, बाजे बधैया, ओ जन्मे हैं चारों भैया अवध में बाजे बधैया। जय श्री राम।
बहुत ही सुंदर, बहुत सुंदर, बड़ा आनंद आया। तो ये एक पुराना है ना भजन?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, बहुत पुराना है, बहुत
काफी पुराना है। हाँ, पर जब ये आप गाते हैं तो नया लगता है, वेरी फ्रेश। एंड अभी देखो त्रेता युग में श्री राम जी का जन्म हुआ था, तो भी से अभी तक फिर भी वही नवीन भाव है कि श्री राम जी का जन्म हुआ। ये कैसे अद्भुत है, ये बड़ा आनंद है। देखो हमारा जन्म होता है जब 50 से ओवर होते तो हम मनाना नहीं चाहते बोलते हैं जो बर्थडे है कोई बात नहीं इट्स ट्रू। पर देखो श्री राम जी का एक ओवर मिलियन ईयर्स हो गए हैं, पर अभी बधाई हो। और अभी देखो अयोध्या में कितनी रौनक होगी, और वहां लल्ला जी का मंदिर बन रहा है, श्री राम लल्ला जी का मंदिर। तो सभी हिंदुओं को जितने जहां पे भी बहुत प्रसन्नता हुई कि वही जन्मभूमि पे उन्होंने बाबरी मस्जिद बनाई थी, और कितने ओवर 700 ईयर्स हो गए हैं तभी से लगे हुए हैं कि इसको बदलना चाहिए, परिवर्तन। तो जो यहाँ के जो अभी हैं मंत्री, प्रधानमंत्री वगैरह, उन्होंने ये हौसला किया और बन गया है और बन रहा है। तो हमारे लिए उत्साह की बात है कि देखो हमारा जो पहले था वो जन्मभूमि, अभी फिर से वहां पे उपासना होगी। नहीं तो मैं जब भी गया था वहां पर एकदम सोल्जर्स थे, आपको एकदम रिसर्च चेक करके अंदर भेजते थे जैसे आप कैदी होते हैं। तो हमें बड़ा क्रोध आता था कि हम उपासना करने चले, यहाँ क्या इंस्पेक्शन हमारी करें। तो अभी वो परिवर्तन होगा, मंदिर बनेगा तो हम सभी जा पाएंगे। तो हमारी इच्छा है कि एक दिन हम फिर जाएं अयोध्या में और रामनवमी वाले दिन और आनंद लें भजन कीर्तन का। और देखो श्री राम जी त्रेता युग में आए, पर अभी भी छोटे बालक हैं, आज सबका प्यार चाहते हैं। तो आपने बहुत अच्छी बधाई दी, तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। तो अभी दूसरा कौन सा भजन है?
अभी
कौन सा भजन गाएंगे अभी?
राम नाम ही एक दवाई है सब दुखों का। दवाई,
वाह वाह, दवाई तो चाहिए। एक कोविड जो हो रहा है सभी जगह और युद्ध वगैरह हो रहा है, उसकी दवाई को तो होगी ना। तो आपने डॉक्टरी की हुई है क्या? आप डॉक्टर हैं, आप दवाई दे रहे हैं आज।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा
वाह 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 वाह, हरे राम केवलम। क्योंकि ये होना चाहिए, भगवान ही सबको क्योर करते हैं, भगवान का नाम सभी जगह करते हैं। पर जब भी विश्वास होता है भक्त को, वो डॉक्टर बन जाता है। वो सभी को ऐसे कहेगा, जैसे जो शराबी होता है बोलते थोड़ा सा पी ले यार, स्मोकर होगा बोलते सिगरेट पी ले यार, भक्त होगा बोले राम का नाम ले ले यार। तो हमें इसमें विश्वास है कि राम के नाम लेने से हो जाएगा। क्योंकि देखो हम सभी ये गुण गाते हैं भगवान के, वी आर सिंगिंग द नेम्स ऑफ द लॉर्डशिप, बट डू वी हैव द फेथ इन इट? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन। और आपका नाम ही श्रद्धा है, क्या बात है। चलो आप गाइए फिर, और दवाई दिए हमें, हम ठीक हो।
ये गुरु महाराज की कृपा है।
ओके, जय
तेरे
हो, जय हो।
ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੁੱਖਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਾਰੂ ਇੱਕ ਇੱਕ ਬੂਟੀ ਰਾਮ ਨਾਮ ਦੀ,
एक कोटी
ਇੱਕ ਬੂਟੀ ਇੱਕ ਪੱਤਾ ਹਰੀ ਨਾਮ
और
ਦਾ,
एक पत्ता, अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा,
ਇੱਕ ਪੱਤਾ ਇੱਕ
हाँ,
ਬੂਟੀ,
वाह वाह,
pinch,
राम।
one pinch.
Well, I mean, Lord Ram's name was able to float the stones to make the bridge. Huh? So that, look at that, that's magic. So Lord Ram's name, Ram se bada, Ram ka naam. वाह वाह
राम को
वाह, चलो
राम
कीजिए।
को खुद अपने ही नाम की महिमा नहीं मालूम है।
हाँ, ये बात ठीक है, ये बात ठीक है। कई बार ऐसा होता है, कई महान पुरुष होते हैं, उनको नहीं पता था कि उनको उनके सभी वाह वाह कर रहे हैं, वो अपना साधारण सा काम करते हैं, बोलते मैंने तो कुछ नहीं जीवन में किया। तो जो भी कोई मिलता है उनको कहते हैं, जैसे हनुमान जी भूल गए अपनी ओन क्वालिटीज क्या है। तो जम्बवान ने जब भी बताया, पता तू क्या करता था, क्या कर सकता है, कि उसको कर्ज मिला था, उसके बाद में वो विशाल हो गया। तो ऐसे ही हमारे जब भी कोई प्रेज करते हैं ना ऐसा करके, तो हमारा भी थोड़ा चेहरा फूल जाता है और हमें लगता है कि हम करें। तो ये पॉजिटिविटी है, दूसरों को हम नीचे नहीं करना चाहिए। ऐसे मैं मजाक कर रहा था जैसे आपके बारे में, लड्डू के बारे में, कैसे करके इसमें मजाक होता है, क्योंकि उत्सव में मजाक होना चाहिए। और मजाक वहां होता है कि जहां मित्रता होती है। अच्छा, जो जो घृणा करते हैं उनको आप नमस्ते भी बोलो तो बोले इसने क्या कुछ कहा मेरे अगेंस्ट। तो जहां प्यार होता है वहां मजाक जरूर होता है, क्योंकि टेस्ट किया जाता है कि स्ट्रिंग मोटी है कि नहीं है। तो श्री राम जी और जो जितने भी भक्त हैं, तो आनंद लिया उन्होंने लीला ने। जैसे आज सुन रहा था मैं पुंडरीक महाराज को, तो वो कह रहे थे कि रावण भी सुन रहा था जब भी श्री कृष्ण जी ने भरत को कहा, अभी तू निर्णय ले, चित्रकूट में है हम, आप निर्णय ले, मैं रहूं जंगल में कि वापिस आऊं आपके साथ, जो तू निर्णय लेगा मैं आऊंगा। सभी विचार करने लगे कि अभी भरत क्या कहेगा। तो उस समय पुंडरीक महाराज ने कहा कि रावण भी थोड़ा छिप के आया कि किधर कह ना दे कि रामचंद्र जी वापिस आ जाए अयोध्या, क्योंकि मैं चाहता हूं कि मैंने उमा जी का मंदिर बनाया है श्रीलंका में, वहां पे सीता माता को स्थापन कर दूं थोड़ा सा। तो उन्होंने इस पक्ष से कहा, तो मैं इतना हैरान हुआ। मैं बोला देखो, वो जब निर्णय ले रहे थे कितना प्रेशर था उनपे। दशरथ जी थे स्वर्ग में, वहां से देख रहे थे अभी भरत क्या कहेगा। पूर्वज सभी वेट कर रहे थे कि भरत का क्या निर्णय होगा। अच्छा, जो रामचंद्र जी वापस चल जाते तो बाकी के लीला वगैरह सभी खत्म हो जानी थी, हनुमान जी को नहीं मिलना था, कितना कुछ। तो एक एक पल हम जब कोई डिसीजन लेते हैं, वी टेक अ डिसीजन, इट अफेक्ट्स द फ्यूचर। सो इसलिए भरत जी ने झुक के उनके खड़ा में ली, उनको दिया, बोले आप इन पे चरण रखिए। वो सिर पे रखा, उनका जो क्राउन था वो श्री राम जी के चरण थे। वाह, क्या वर्णन है। तो बहुत अच्छा, चलो आप करें स्तुति भगवान की। चलो सुनते हैं। जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम।
राम नाम औषधि जो पीले एक बार, भव बाधा बंधन कटे, हो जाए भव से पार, हो जाए भव से पार, हो जाए भव से पार। श्री राम भजन प्राणी, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, एक ऐसी दवाई है, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, एक ऐसी दवाई है, जिसने भी पिया इसको, जिसने भी पिया इसको, उसने मुक्ति पाई है। श्री राम भजन प्राणी, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, गज गणित गीत जामिल है भक्त सभी तेरे, गज गणित गीत जामिल है भक्त सभी तेरे, शबरी को तारा है, शबरी को तारा है। तारा सदन कसाई है, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, श्री राम भजन प्राणी। एक ऐसी दवाई है, जिसने भी पिया इसको, जिसने भी पिया इसको, उसने मुक्ति पाई है, श्री राम भजन प्राणी। वो दया के सागर है, वो सब गुण आदर है, वो दया के सागर है, वो सब गुण आदर है। उल्टे प्रभु को जप कर, उल्टे प्रभु को जप कर, प्रभु दर्शन पाई है, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, श्री राम भजन प्राणी। एक ऐसी दवाई है, श्री राम भजन प्राणी। उसका है सफल जीवन, भव भय से दूर हुआ, उसका है सफल जीवन, भव भय से दूर हुआ। ये राम नाम सरिता, ये राम नाम सरिता, जिस जिसने नहाई है, ये राम नाम सरिता, ये राम नाम सरिता, जिस जिसने नहाई है, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, श्री राम भजन प्राणी। एक ऐसी दवाई है, जिसने भी पिया इसको, जिसने भी पिया इसको, उसने मुक्ति पाई है, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, श्री राम भजन प्राणी, श्री राम भजन प्राणी। जय श्री राम।
Having my back thing now.
Yeah.
When it comes.
Jai Shri Ram, that was nice. Thank you so much. I love the melody. This melody is familiar.
The same we sing Mahamantra.
That one isn't it? Jab Pran lake, what is it? Hold on. Radhe teri charno ki.
Radhe.
Wahi. I thought so. I know the melody line, wording and everything, and you two synchronize so beautifully. I mean, you know your sisters, but always you have the 3 degrees and sisters sledge and all these other groups, but you got the synchronizing very, very nice, very artistic. So do you have any other? Yeah, sorry.
And she's the ocean. I'm just only the water, just mix in there.
But she's very cool though. She never says anything.
Definitely.
बहुत अच्छा गाया, honestly आनंद आ गया। और भी आते हैं आपको?
हाँ जी, भजन तो है
एक कर दीजिए और, क्योंकि सुदर्शन की ट्यूशन थी इसलिए वो नहीं आ पाया। तो 5:30 बजे चर्चा है, तो इतना आनंद आ रहा है, तो क्यों रोके इसको? गंगा बह रही है तो रोको क्यों?
जी जी।
इस समय पे किताब So that was very nice, everybody. So, you know, it's wonderful. Please have the enthusiasm these two Matajis have, and it makes a festival.
शंकर जी लगा दिए, शंकर जी लगा दिए, शंकर जी लगा दिए।
शंकर जी दा नहीं, राम जी दा एक होवे।
हाँ जी, है।
हाँ जी।
जियो जियो रे जीने वालों, तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। जियो जियो रे जीने वालों, तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। पियो पियो रे पीने वालों, तुम राम नाम रस पिया करो। पियो पियो रे पीने वालों, तुम राम नाम रस पिया करो। फटे पुराने कपड़े पाकर आया सुदामा यार, फटे पुराने कपड़े पाकर आया सुदामा यार। कच्चे चावल खाए प्रभु ने कर दिया भव से पार। देखो कर दिया भव से पार, देखो कर दिया भव से पार। ओ जियो जियो रे जीने वालों, तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। जियो जियो रे जीने वालों, तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। प्रेम दीवानी मीरा देखो पी गई विष का प्याला। प्रेम दीवानी मीरा देखो पी गई विष का प्याला। बाल न बांका होया उसका मोहन था रखवाला। बाल न बांका होया उसका मोहन था रखवाला। जी मेरा मोहन था रखवाला, मेरा मोहन था रखवाला। पियो पियो रे पीने वालों, तुम राम नाम रस पिया करो। पियो पियो रे पीने वालों, तुम राम नाम रस पिया करो। प्रेम दीवानी भिलनी देखो लाई मीठे बे। प्रेम दीवानी भिलनी देखो लाई मीठे बे। राम लखन कुटिया में आ गए खा गए झूठे बे। राम लखन कुटिया में आ गए खा गए झूठे बे। देखो खा गए झूठे बे, देखो खा गए झूठे बे। जियो जियो रे जीने वालों, तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। जियो जियो रे जीने वालों, तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। लाखों पापी तारे तूने आई मेरी वारी। लाखों पापी तारे तूने आई मेरी वारी। शरण पड़े की लाज बचाओ सांवरिया गिरधारी। शरण पड़े की लाज बचाओ सांवरिया गिरधारी। मेरे सांवरिया गिरधारी, मेरे सांवरिया गिरधारी। जियो जियो रे जीने वालों, तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। जियो जियो रे जीने वालों, तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। पियो पियो रे पीने वालों, तुम राम नाम रस पिया करो। पियो पियो रे पीने वालों, तुम राम नाम रस पिया करो। तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। तुम राम नाम रस पिया करो। तुम राम सहारे जिया करो। तुम राम सहारे रस पिया करो। बोलिए राम रस की
जय 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 सिया राम, जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम. Kya Anand. I really love this bhajan. It was so nice. All the best devotees were mentioned, and Peene ki baat, whenever we talk about drinking, we always think of alcoholics, those who like beer and all that. But those devotees have been drinking ras of, prem ras for long, long time. They're always in Nam Kumari, Nanaka, Chedi Rais, Din Raat. So day and night they are. And it's truth, because if you have a afim or alcohol or something, after a while it comes down. nasha comes and you're worse off. But in bhakti, the nasha stays high and, it continues for, long time. And our whole life becomes intoxicated in Ram Namras or Krishna Namras. So that I really, बहुत धन्यवाद आप पटियाला से आए इतनी सेवा की यहाँ कीर्तन में. तो आप मई में वापस जा रहे हैं ना?
जून में
नहीं, जून में जाना चाहिए।
और जून में चलो एक्सटेंड हो गया. मैंने पहले सुना था कि क्या पता मई में जाएंगे. प्रभु जी
जून में जाना।
वो जो कहते हैं ना प्रभु जी, ऐसा भी क्या पीना, ऐसा भी क्या पीना जो रात को पिए सुबह को उतर जाती है.
वाह वाह.
ऐसा एक प्याला पियो जो जिसकी सारी उम्र नशे में गुजर जाती है.
वाह वाह वाह. जय श्री राम. धन्यवाद. थैंक यू सो मच. सो लवली. तो मैं लड्डू खाने आऊंगा फिर.
जी 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 तैयार.
दो खाऊंगा, एक नहीं.
दो खाओगे
बस आजकल देखना होता ना शुगर का. मेरा नहीं
खाएंगे, शुगर फ्री.
तो ठीक है. Okay, so now thank you so much. So now is the time for Charcha. I don't know whether all the team is here. Raghupati was expected, so I'm trying to reach him. And Guru Sevak had to go somewhere. So it's Vidhu Prabhu and myself. So I wonder if Vidhu Prabhu is all set up for the Charcha. Because, it's okay, as Vidhu Prabhu is saying, hearing Katha of Lord Ram. But, have you digested what is being said? जो कुछ कहा है भगवान के बारे में, आपने उसको ग्रहण किया है? Have you been able to understand what is there for us? What's takeaway for us? So then Charcha is very nice because there should be question and answer. Even Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj wanted to know, I've got 7 days to live. So what should I do in that period? Wow, beautiful background. I love the background. Thank you, Vidhu Prabhu. Yeah, can you hear me, Vidhu Prabhu or Ramnavami? Yeah, that looks good. Can't hear you though. Are you muted? I think.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, we got you. All right, thank you. That poster looks really good at the back. Yes, wonderful.
I tell you, our tech team is getting really good at what they do.
Oh, yes. I mean, today, even the quality of the camera, the sound is getting good. So thanks to Naval. I think Naval brought some mics and things like that, and Prem Prakash worked with him.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll go to the moon soon. Don't worry. Okay, so now today, Charcha is, I've got some questions. So I've been trying to reach Raghupati Prabhu, but maybe, he's forgotten or perhaps he wasn't asked something. I don't know. But any questions here? And so it's a Charcha. So it's no case of, let's talk about it. So here's the one. Now, which one should I talk about? All right. Raghupati says, Danvat Pranam, sorry, just missed your line. I will be online shortly. Okay, so Raghupati will be joining. Very good. So now the question is, both Lakshman and Shatrughan showed anger towards Mantra and KK and Dashrath also. But Ram and Bharat restrained. So let's talk about that, their character. Although they are affected by it, Ram and Bharat restrained themselves. Lakshman was immediately angry like anything. And even Shatrughan came, and we were reading yesterday, Shatrughan said, didn't Lakshman do anything to change this? Shatrughan said that. So I thought to myself, they are two brothers because they are Sumitra's two sons. So it looks like they are fiery. And Lord Ram is Kaushalya's, and he just pretended as if, okay, so what? I'll go, okay, I won't be the king, and I'll go to the forest. But, when they were in forest, he told us, Sumant, he said, you go back and please keep an eye that all the mothers are okay, Kaushalya is okay, and there is no further plots by KK Mata, something like that, words to that effect. And so my intrigue is, how come the two brothers restrained and the other two wanted to take this action? I mean, they're Kshatriyas, we have to remember that. And maybe any thoughts on that? Lord Ram, why did he restrain? Why did he just accept it?
What I'll say is what Pundarik Maharaj was explaining, that these four brothers, there are many, many levels of their understanding their behavior.
Yes.
But one of them is we have the Purusha, Dharma, Kama, and Moksha. And
Yes.
each one of these brothers is aligned to one of them, and I forget which one is which.
Yes.
But something
Lakshman is calm. The calm was, the calm section. Lakshman is
calm
in that.
section, calm, yeah.
Yeah.
Yet, Pundrik explains.
And Bharat is Dharma. Bharat is Dharma.
So what's
And Moksha is Lord Ram.
Moksha,
And
yeah,
so
Lord Ram.
Shatrughan would be Artha, maybe, Okay.
So Lakshman is next to Moksha. He can say Lakshman is with Ram. Lakshman is he's always accompanying Ram everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas Bharat and Shatrughan are together.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, Dharma,
I think
Artha
that's the
are
deeper-
together.
Yeah.
Dharma and Artha together.
Yeah.
And then calm and moksha are together. Okay, I get it.
So there's something in there. So this part of the answer is somewhere in there. So I'm not really sure, but that intrigued me when I first heard it.
Okay,
Each one represents one of these 4 pillars of Purushartha.
Okay.
And then the pairing of them was
Yes.
met. He says it cannot be other way around. It just doesn't go. Calm next to Dharma doesn't go.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Lakshman had to be with Ram. He
Yes.
couldn't be with Bharat.
All right, that's very
And somewhere in
interesting.
there, I think there's a bit of the answer you're looking at. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we could talk about it. I mean, Lord Ram's primary thing is acceptance that the 2 boons were there. She just ordered, like, I've asked your father for this. And then Lord Ram's reaction was, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I mean, if you're a person who knows about Kshatriyas, they could say, well, why did he not question it even? Why didn't Ram question it? Is there something in the Ramayana which says that he accepted it? I mean, the notion that he wanted to actually tackle Ravan, and if he stayed in the palace, then he couldn't have attacked Ravan, because he had to go there. And if it wasn't just Ravan, there's many Rakshasas, others, there were many dharmic people, they were being disturbed by the whole sort of force. So maybe there was a mission in his mind anyway, and this was a ploy to come out of it and sort out the burden of the earth, because that's why Lord Ram primarily came. He didn't come here so Ramayana can be written about him. He was actually begged that please come, Ravan is really upsetting. So that could be one of the things. So if Ram knew that, did Lakshman know about that? That they had a plot to, kill Ravan? Because Lakshman was very angry. He would react like you and I would, saying, this is unreasonable. Why are you? He's going to be crowned and all that kind of thing. So maybe Lakshman wasn't, that's just like Balram. When Brahm Vimohan happened, Sri Krishna, Balram didn't know that that's happened because he stayed home. So somehow Yogamaya is with the Supreme Lord, but the next expansion, somehow they can sometimes not be aware of that. I'm trying to use the word like that. So Lakshman would be like that. And maybe Bharat didn't know that either, and neither did Shatrughan. So that's because you like reading the Ramayana, so I thought maybe there's something there. And we've heard Pundrik Ji and his father mention that actually it is said, one of the rahasya is that Ram said to Kaikeyi, do you love me? And Kaikeyi said, more than Kaushalya Mata. He goes, then I have 2, I want a favor from you. She goes, what is it? She goes, he goes that, if I ask you this thing, you're not going to back off, because this could mean losing Dashrath, our father as well. And that's the angle they came in at, that they actually told Kaikeyi, could you do that? And she had to do that. But the story goes, there was Mantra who suddenly thought, what is this? My mistress's son should be the king or the prince, the heir apparent, as they say. And that's why she came. So that bit is obvious, but then there's the hidden one. And it does say in Ramayana that Lord Ram said, maybe by providence that this has happened. But who is providence? That's Lord Ram. Lord Ram is the Lord. I mean, he creates the providence, but he said it. So there is this hint there. So obviously we know Pundrik's grandfather, he was an encyclopedia, and even Murari Bapu just was blown over by how much he knew, because Murari Bapu is known for Ramayana and everything like that. So there's that. Now, Bharat is not known for fighting so much. Shatrughan went and actually went to Mathura and fought the Lavan Asur. So he fought him there, but Lavan Asur, yeah, that's the name. But Shatrughan is there, Lakshman we know fought, Ram fought, but Bharat, did he do any fighting? Any account in Ramayana?
I can't remember. I can't.
I don't recollection either.
No.
And okay, so I think Raghupati needs to join in. Can somebody
It's
bring
not that he couldn't
Raghupati?
fight. It's not that he couldn't.
Oh,
fight.
no, but there's an account. There's no account in
no
fighting.
Deep account of it. Yeah.
Yeah, can Raghupati be involved? Brought in?
Dinesh plays.
Yeah, Dinesh Prabhuji. Yeah, I haven't read anything about Bharat. I mean, he did shoot the arrow at Hanumanji when he was carrying Sanjeevani Mount Parvat, and Hanumanji was wounded and he came down. So obviously he knew how to fight.
Oh yeah. Royal Prince, so he knew how to fight.
Yes. Let's see if please. Yeah, he says, please allow me to join. Dinesh Prabhu, can Raghupati be brought in? Is Raghupati?
Yeah, probably no. There is no waiting room, so he can directly join.
Oh.
His name is Rajesh Kumar.
Yeah, Rajesh Kumar.
No, there is
Yeah,
no-
excuse me, listeners. It's very interesting.
Just bear with us while we bring in our dear friend.
Is he on? Which Zoom is he on? Because Rajesh is not on there.
Yeah.
Okay, look, while we are doing that, let me just.
Yeah.
Now, this is an explanation by Lal Goin, Prabhu.
Yeah.
I just heard it, I think this morning or yesterday, I heard it. That's quite interesting. Question, why did Lord Ram agree to this banishment?
Okay. Right.
And he and he played on the word Aranya, Aranya Khan, Kiskinda Khan, Aranya Khan.
Yes.
Big sections in the Ramayana. So after Ayodhya Khan is Aranya Khan, this forest.
Yes.
Forest life. He says, if you take out the in the front, is run,
Run.
which is run, like run.
Ranbhumi.
Place of
Fight.
battle.
Yes, right.
So that's why in our Vedas we have Aranya Khan. We have the Aranya section. And Aranya features very prominently in many different sections of our Vedic literature. So the Aranya is where there is no battle, there is no strife, right? And the question was, why did Lord Ram desire this? And I was thinking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had both an external need, a need for others, us,
Yes.
all the praja, right?
Yes.
We have our need for the Supreme Lord, but he came also with his own desires for himself, what he wanted to achieve.
Jai.
So the two are slightly different. So part of his lila is him fulfilling fulfilling the needs of others, us people of Kali, giving us Nam Sankirtan.
That's right.
Then the later pastimes where he's in Gambhira and feeling that feelings of separation from Supreme Lord.
That's right.
Needs.
So
here, Lord Ram wanted to, go to the Aranya. He wanted to go to Aranya, spend some time there, spend some time with the sadhus, the rishis, help them. There's a bit there, maybe.
No. So Aranya, where there's no battle, anything, and then later on, when Sita was taken away, then the battle would start, right?
Remember, he wanted to experience that period of joy. So
yes,
he was with Sita, alone with her.
Yes.
Lakshman would go away for hours in a day.
Yes.
Gathering wood and fruits and herbs, whatever. They were alone in the forest, just like Radha and Krishna were in Vrindavan.
Yeah. Just a second. I'm just trying to get Raghupati ji is not here on the guest, but he's allow me in. I wonder which Zoom he's on.
Just spoke to Raghupati Prabhu. He's on the Sunday Zoom, so I'm just texting him to detail.
Dina just spoke to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's done. All right, so that's not my problem. Yes, it's wonderful that many people, they want God to be non-violent. The modern idea is that he should set an example. Yad yad achati sheshas tattadavetro janaha. And also in Punjabi, they have it, lato ke bhoot baaton se nahi mante. People who are demoniac, advice is no good. Like, some people are not going to listen to talk. So then you got to be firm. And it's historical fact that every country have to have defense system, or the neighbors come and take over the territory. I mean, especially when you're opulent. So like India's defense, when King Ashok became Buddhist, so, nobody was actually defending Bharat. So then forces like from Afghanistan, other places, Turkey, they invaded India, and we've never been the same. Before that, the Kshatriyas were absolutely powerful. They went right up to Greece and places like that, dominated it, even Egypt. So I think we should realize when the Lord comes there, it doesn't necessarily come with the intention to fight, but when he gets here, he has the potential to fight. That if somebody wants to choose weapon, he goes, as you approach me, I respond accordingly. So if you come with a weapon, the Lord says, okay, let's do that. Let's do kabaddi then. Let's go for it. And those who come with love, like the gopis say, or Sudama, there's no need to be defensive. The response is, actually, Lord has responded as exemplified, that whoever comes towards him with whatever motive, he responds. So that could be really violence, or gory things, or whatever, or it could be love, or it could be neutral, whichever way, or a master. So these different rasas are there. So I would say Lord Ram, like you just mentioned, he wanted to spend some time with the sadhus and with Sita Mata, because later on when they returned to Ayodhya, Sita Mata went away. There's Raghupati ji. Welcome. Jai Sri Ram.
Hare Krishna.
So how was it in Ayodhya? Because it's taken you some time to get to Coventry. So I thought you must have gone to Ayodhya.
No. I was given the Zoom link for Sunday, but actually you are on Aarti.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, my son asked him. I told him to use Sunday, but nobody corrected me. Oh, I don't know. Can't get the staff these days, honestly, I tell you. They're good on video now, and they're good on sound, but they got it wrong on there. But it's not their fault. But welcome. I mean, we're going to get excited today. I've got some really exciting questions for you. You always love it. And Vidur and I, we were talking about it, that Ram and Lakshman, both Lakshman and Shatrughan showed anger towards Mantra and Kaikeyi and Dashrath for doing what he did. But Ram and Bharat, they restrained. And, we just want to do church on it. Ram immediately said, no problem, I'll go to the forest. In Bharat came, he was so disappointed with his mother, but didn't say anything to Mantra. But when Shatrughan saw Mantra, he dragged her like anything. And all of the hunchback friends, they all ran away. And then Bharat had to tell her, no, shouldn't do that. Ram wouldn't like it. So I'm just thinking, why two brothers restrained? The other two were like fiery. They had a common mother, Sumitra. Mm-hmm. So is it Sumitra's side? They were pretty active like that, or what? I mean, it's a church. So what do you think?
Yeah, so this is very, very, very interesting question, actually. How Lakshmana and Shatrughan, although born of the same mother and same father, but they were very different in their natures. So we see that Lakshmana, he's Anandashesh, and therefore by nature he is very fiery. And he was about to fight with his father, Dashrath Maharaj, but Ram restrained him. And similarly, we see Shatrughan. He is also very fiery, but he is restrained by Bharat. So although these two brothers have very fiery nature, but they are restrained by their older brothers. So Lakshmana is restrained by Lord Ram, and Shatrughan is restrained by Bharat. Now, when we look at the characters of Bharat and Ram, it's very, very similar. Lord Ram loved Bharat the most, although Lakshman remained as a shadow to him until he disappeared by the order of Lord Ram. So we can see that all these are Vishnu Tattvas, 4 of them, but they all serve under the guidance of Lord Ram, and therefore, although Shatrugna serves under Bharat and Lakshmana Ram, but they are restrained, or they are actually directed by Lord Ram and very dear brother Bharat. It's very, very, very wonderful combination we have in these 4 brothers. An amazing thing is that they don't fight amongst each other.
No, no.
Although they have very fiery nature, but there's no question of them fighting, arguing with each other. Never, ever.
They're not
Although when
envious
we
of-
look at
they're not envious of
Mahabharata,
each other. Are you saying they're not envious of each other, competing
No,
with
no,
each other?
not at all.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They serve Lord Ram as their life and soul, and there's no mention or no question of them fighting with each other. Although time to time, Lakshman feels that he should say something, and time to time he may come out some argument or display his anger.
Hanji.
But just like Mahavishnu, Lord Vishnu, he is sitting on this Shesh Sayya, Ananta
Yes.
Shesh, and
Yes.
Ananta says when the time comes of devastation, he annihilates the entire creation. But Lord Vishnu is still sleeping. So he is doing all the creation, destruction, maintenance through his Yoga Nidra. But Lakshmana's nature is reflecting his original position as Ananta Shesh.
And Sri Balaramji would be the same.
Same.
And Nityananda is same.
But when he becomes Nityananda, then is different.
We like Nityananda. We like Nityananda.
Then is different. Then Nityananda Prabhu is Akrodha Paramananda. He just decided not to become angry in this incarnation. So his name became Akrodha Paramananda.
Wow.
Because he's connected to Krodh, anger. And this Krodh is due to the disobedience or due to the misfortune of human beings which they create themselves. So in a purport, Prabhupada explains that sometimes when Ananta Shesh, Adi Guru, he sees that these human beings, these living entities, they have wasted away their opportunities to come back to Godhead.
Yes.
He becomes little angry.
Yes.
And this little anger actually burns this entire universe.
Wow.
But as Nityanand, he decided just not to be angry, despite being attacked and profusely bleeding with blood. He decided not to be angry.
Yes.
So when we take shelter of Nityanand, of Adi Guru, we are very fortunate and we're protected. So very, very interesting that how this is displayed. Same tattvas in different incarnation display different features and different characteristics.
And also there's one thing, Advaita Acharyaji is Mahavishnu and Sadashiva, and yet he got angry saying, if you don't descend, I'll destroy the whole universe. He's changed. I mean, there's Vishnu quiet and Yoga Nidra and all that, but he's getting angry. And where Nityananda Prabhu is saying, Akrodha, cool, it's okay, you know.
He's cool, he's the coolest incarnation.
Okay. I've got another question, a really interesting one. So this one is going to be a little thought-provoking. Why Ram chose Sugriva over Vali? Because if he had made Vali his friend, Ravan was extremely scared of Vali, because Vali defeated him like terribly. Ravan would have listened to him, given the Sita. So Lord Ram approaches both Sugriva and Vali, but he kills Vali, but not Sugriva. Sugriva is kind of bebas, he hasn't got anything. So, but he still chose Sugriva. Otherwise, if you're going to Vali, and they would have got Sita just like that. So maybe a little churcha on that. Let's understand why Ram would choose, over Vali to Sugriva, who had nothing, actually lost everything. Maybe a little churcha on that.
This is very, very thought-provoking, as you said, and very interesting question. That Lord Ram chose Sugriva and not Vali. Vali was very powerful. So Sugriva and Vali both are very powerful. But because Vali happens to be the son of Indradeva, Devraj, Indra. So when Lord Brahma ordered the demigods to go and beget sons, all the demigods, and they beget very, very powerful sons. So Indradeva started with Vali. So Vali was born, very powerful. And I think last week, if you remember, last week when we had Ramayana Church, Ramayana Katha, Ram Katha, we discussed that there were very handful of people who could subdue Ravana, not kill him, but subdue him.
Yeah.
Vali was one of them. For 6 months, he kept Ravana under his armpit. And this is simply to subdue his pride.
Yes.
Because when you keep something under armpit, it's like...
and forget about it. And you forgot about him, that he is in the
It's like the dirt you don't even worry about.
Yes.
People worry about their armpits only when they're smelling. So this...
like the English humor, somebody goes away saying, have I got the BO or something? Body odor or something. Yeah.
So this is the biggest insult to a person like Ravana, who was so proud. He was going around ordering. In Valmiki Ramayana, we find the description that he was so powerful, just misusing the boons of Lord Brahma, that he would order. He would order the seasons. So if he wanted the autumn season, there has to be autumn. If he wanted the summer season, whichever season, the season had to come according to his wish.
Yeah.
And then he could order great personalities like the ocean, Varunadev. If he said there should be no waves, there will be no waves.
Oh, really? Yes.
Yeah. He could order Agni Dev. If he said Agni has to be cool, then Agni had to be cool. The fire had to be cool for him. Such was his pride. He could also order many great personalities, like Brihaspati Dev. He would order them and ask great personalities like him to tutor his children. So he was so great, so powerful.
And I was told death personified came to take him, and he put him on there, put his foot over death and saying, not yet. That's one of the stories I heard when I was young.
Exactly, yeah. So death personified was kept under his foot. So Yamraj, personification of Yamraj, became his footstool.
Really? Oh, dear.
So he was so powerful. Now, such a powerful personality has been kept like a piece of dirt under the armpit of a monkey. This was such a great insult to Ravana. So Ravana was very afraid of Vali. He could not defeat him. There were a handful of personalities. So Vali was one, and then Karthi Arjun was one, and then another Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj he could not defeat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So last week we were talking about these stories. So now coming back to your question, that such a great personality like Vali, he was ignored by Lord Ramchandra. And there were many reasons, but looks like the Lord wanted to establish Maryada, rectitude. And Vali had transgressed the rectitude, the Maryada. Because, first of all, due to this misunderstanding between two brothers, he usurped the kingdom, which was equally belonging to Sugriva, although Vali was older brother. And not only that, to insult Sugriva, he took his wife. He took his wife, younger brother's wife, is considered like a daughter or sister, but he kept Sugriva's wife as one of his queens.
Yes.
So the Lord did not like this. He wanted to establish Maryada. And secondly, if the Lord had allowed...
Can I, Raghupati Prabhu, we'll go with that one. So you can see obviously here, Yad Yad Archati Shreshtas Tattva Vetro Janaha, as the leader sets the example. So Lord Ram really couldn't ask Vali because he's taken his brother's wife and Ravan has taken his wife.
Yeah.
So now if he takes Vali's friendship, Ravan can turn around saying, you're a fine one to talk. You got your brother's wife. So that would make him impotent.
Exactly.
There is that consideration.
Very good point.
there.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for pointing this out. Yeah. So Ravana and Vali became friends. And if the Lord took the help from Vali, Ravana could not be killed the way he was uprooted. Raman would not have happened the way it happened. Similarly, there were many personalities who could defeat Ravana, including Hanumanji.
Yes, yes.
Hanumanji, Jamont, they were all very powerful. They could defeat Ravana. But the Lord wanted to annihilate the entire Rakshas dynasty and only keep a devoted brother like Vibhishan on the throne of Lanka. So that's the reason why Vali was not allowed. Secondly, Vali had this boon that anyone who fights with him will lose half of his strength. Therefore, Vali was invincible for anyone, including Lord Ram, because the Lord likes to keep the boons intact.
Oh, yes.
So then the Lord had to go hide himself to kill Vali. But very, very interesting character, Vali, that he was not chosen. Secondly, Vali was not as advanced in his devotion to Lord Ram as Sugriva.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay.
So Sugriva happens to be the friend of Lord Ram in Ramayana. But Vali had some envy. So he argues with Lord Ram just before his dying. He's saying that, what kind of king are you? I thought you were a righteous king, or son of a very righteous king, Maharaj Dashrath. But the way you have killed me is like people kill animals. What kind of bravery is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So then the Lord said that you have no right to teach me the Shastras or the Maryada, because you have kept your brother's wife like your own wife. So therefore, you lost any right to set an example. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
There is one more answer here.
Yes.
And it's from the Valmiki Ramayana itself. And I think it's, who was that personality who had long arms but no body? Kamband?
Kabanda Rakshas.
Kabanda Rakshas, yes. So when the Lord approached him, there was some exchange of words, and he says, I'm requesting you first to kill me, then cremate my body, and then I'll give you an answer to where Sita, what you should do to find Sita. Right? So first thought was, why should we? But he said something will happen, you'll see. So the lordships did that, and then he regained his spirit, his celestial form. I think it was a Gandharva or something was cursed.
Mhm.
And then he said, now I will explain, this was my part of what I asked you to do was for me to be released from my curse. So now I'm free of that. Now I can give you your answer. And the thing is, you have just lost your Dharmapatni. Just very, very raw. It's a raw experience for Lord Ram. It says, you need to go and form an alliance with someone who's been in this situation for a long time.
All right.
Because for you it's raw right now. It's very raw experience, but for him it's been a long time when he's had to get, try and find some solace, some way out of his grief. So that actually in Valmiki Rama, and he says, so you go to this mountain and form an alliance with Sugriva.
Rishyamukh Parvati.
Rishyamukh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go and form an alliance with him.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were also told, the Lord was also told by Shabari, because Shabari was a disciple of Matanga Muni, very powerful sage. So Shabari also advised the Lord that she has heard from the rishis and from her spiritual master that the divine personality will come here to form an alliance with Sugriva in order to win the kingdom of Lanka and rescue his wife. So therefore, please go and become friend to Sugriva, because he is also in the same death situation. So this is how the Lord forms the friendship. But I think from devotional point of view, Sugriva's devotion is higher than the devotion of Vali. If we look at Mahabharata, then Karna and Arjuna, they both have interaction with the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. But Arjuna's devotion is higher than Karna, although Karna knows that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So according to some sources, in the next incarnation, the Lord felt that actually Vali was killed incognito when the Lord was hiding behind the trees. So in some way, he wanted to put this right. So he said, okay, next incarnation, I'll favor the son of Indra, Arjuna. So some sources say that actually Vali becomes Arjuna.
Really?
And Sugriva becomes Karna. But there are some sources which say. But if we look at the devotion, from devotional point of view, then Arjuna's devotion is much higher than not only Karna, but than his brothers. Higher than his brothers. Maharaj, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev, they are all pure devotees of the Lord. But in terms of their devotion, Arjuna's devotion is higher. So similarly, when we look at Sugriva, his devotion is higher than his brother Vali, who had some envy towards Lord Ram, some envy. And that envy was purified when the Lord shot him with an arrow, and eventually his intelligence became purified. So that's why before dying, he advised his son to serve Lord Ram and serve his uncle.
Angad. That was Angad. Yes. Okay, another interesting point, 2 points I have. One is, Sugriva is son of Suryadev or not?
Yeah, he is son of Surya. Yeah.
And Lord Ram is Surya dynasty?
Suryavanshi, yeah.
So you could see they are like Surya Paksh.
Yeah.
So they'll be a faction for each other there.
Yes, Sun dynasty.
Yes, so there's that one. Also, I had heard, or maybe it's in the Bhagavatam, when Jara shot the arrow, Lord Krishna, and he was worried what he's done, doesn't Krishna say something like that he is Vali? Because that's the impression I've...
Yeah, in Bhagavatam we don't get. In Bhagavatam we get impression that this Jarashavar, he was sent in the same body to the spiritual world. But some sources say that this Jarashavar is actually Bhrigu Muni,
All right.
who had incarnated to repent for his offense to Lord Vishnu. When Bhrigu Muni went to Lord Vishnu, he attacked the Lord. He kicked on his chin.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
that test he did, yeah.
Yeah. So although the Lord did not say anything, but the offense remained with him. So he had to come down an earthly planet and become a hunter.
Hunter.
Yeah. And then eventually he was delivered. So Jarashavar is one of those personalities who were sent with the same body to spiritual world. This is why Krishna's wish. The chariot appears there in the Srimad Bhagavatam we see.
Yes.
And then he's sent back to Godhead in the same body. So he's considered to be Bhrigu Muni. But not to say that, because same Jarashavar, he could be carrying some of those impressions. I think sometimes we see that in Mahabharata and Ramayana, one person has two different personalities. It's like Mahabharata. Two personalities appear in one person. So Arjuna, he is eternal associate of the Lord, but at the same time he is son of Indra.
Like
Similarly,
the
Drona and Dhara.
Narayan Rishi.
Yeah, Krishna and Arjuna, Narayan Rishi.
Yes.
So they appear like that. So yeah, many personalities, sometimes two personalities appear in the same body.
Right. So what I'll do now is, because we're nearly wrapping up and we've got the rest of the bhajan kirtans, what message do you have for viewers? Why is Ramayana and Lord Ram's appearance still so important to know and to love even now? That Leela happened in Treta Yuga. This is Kali Yuga. And then why is it important to actually know Lord Ram and also worship Lord Ram? What message could we give to the viewers?
Okay, I think I'm just going to read out something. Maybe Vidur Prabhu can speak for maybe a minute or so. I'm just going to read out something.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I think in ISKCON generally, the focus Prabhupada has given all of us is Krishna.
Yes.
And then we tended to ignore Lord Ram. I'm guilty, as like many others. And then suddenly I found a liking for Lord Ram. And what really transformed my thinking about Lord Ram generally is actually reading the Ramayana.
Yes.
Up to that point, it was what information I gathered from here, there, and everywhere, but not the actual scripture. When I read the actual scripture, it was like jaw-dropping, the information which was in here, the detail, the background of the personalities. It was just astounding to pick up this fantastic book and then to really appreciate the different aspects of the Lord's pastimes and the different personalities he encounters. So it's just wonderful, don't ignore this. And often us as human beings, we face different challenges all the time. We're facing either within our own family, or with colleagues or with work people. We are always facing different challenges. And then we tend to have an outburst. We're reacting, not responding. We are reacting.
Yes,
we're not calmly thinking and responding. We're reacting all the time. So a few weeks ago, the thought came to me, look, how do I improve on this myself? And then this lovely thought came to me, in this situation, if Lord Ram was here, what would he do?
What would he do?
So to learn that, it's important to love the character of Lord Ram and find out as much as you can about him. And that means reading Ramayana.
Yeah. They do say, follow Lord Ram, but worship Krishna. Don't imitate Krishna, but follow what Lord Ram did. So his Maryada He sets the example and everything. And you know, look at that. If we have something wrong happening to us, just look at Sita Mata's life. I mean, we pray to the Lord, saying, please free me, please, I'm in this. You know, look at Lord Krishna's life. You know, his 6 brothers, and then he had to leave the gopis and all. Look at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life. He's demonstrated this place is Dukhalayam Shashvatam. And the only way you want to get rid of it is hold on to my lotus feet. He's the helicopter. He'll take you away. You know, we are trying to adjust our life, the material life, saying, let's pray to him, saying, oh, so that smooths over. No, it's still happening in the Leelas in a big way. Sita Mata had to leave Ayodhya, you know, and have a children, not in some clinic or, you know, hospital or something, in Valmiki, you know, ashram. So we should realize when we turn to the Lord, for every time something happens, turn to the Lord there. Just realize the Lord is teaching you this place is Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. And we should regularly worship the Lordship and be attracted to his lotus feet. Lord Ram's feet, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshamam. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you know, spoke that. Guru Sevak made that point. It wasn't that we assumed, you know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that. He did sing Rama Raghava, Rama Rakshamam. So I think to the viewers, by, you know, knowing about Lord Ram, you're not going to lose your attraction for Krishna. I think we can assure everybody that. We'll just realize Ram and Krishna to be understood. It's not that you'll go for one, you lose the other one. No, you will not. That's why Lord Chaitanya showed his 6-arm form. His 2-arm forms, there's Ram, there's Lord Chaitanya as well. You got to get used to Lord Chaitanya as well. Lord Krishna's arms and Lord Ram's arm. You know, just love Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Say if you're Ram Bhakt, go through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you'll get Lord Ram. If you're Krishna Bhakt, go through Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and you get Krishna, Krishna Bhakti. And if you want to love Lord Chaitanya, just love Lord Chaitanya. So all these leelas give you so much ras. And they each avatar glorifies others' leelas. They go into it. You know, they just go into their leela and become that. And parents thinking, well, where is he getting this leela from? So all this is so wonderful. Thank you very much for the charcha. And final word from Raghupati-ji. Are you reading something extremely serious or something? Because your face sort of tightened up.
Lord Ram's incarnation is most popular incarnation of Krishna. So Keshav Dhrita Rama Sharira Jai Jagadish Hare. Last discussing this. And this is so because it's the most intimate to the human experience. The Lord has set an example, which is an eternal example. And it has been summarized really nicely by Charak Pandit, who has been predicted in Srimad Bhagavatam. So he summarized Lord Ram's qualities, and I'm just going to take some examples. So here it says, Dharme Tatparta Mukhe Madhurta. This divine personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Ram, he was always tatpar. He had love for dharma, and he was always engaged in religious activities, in spiritual religious activities. Then Mukhe Madhurta. The Lord had sweetness in his speech. Although when he spoke like the thundering, in a thundering voice, but his speech was so sweet that it gave pleasure to anyone who heard it. So Mukhe Madhurta. And then Dane Samutsahata. The Supreme Lord was always very charitable to anyone who came to his kingdom. The examples we find in Valmiki Ramayana is that after performing horse sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yajna, the Lord gave entire kingdom, all his wealth, and his entire earth in charity to the Brahmanas.
Really?
He gave all his kingdom, entire kingdom. The Brahmana said, what are we going to do with the land? We don't need land. So we give this land back to you. All you do, give us something which is more useful for us. So then the Lord gave them a huge amount of gold and other things. So this is how his charity was. Dane Samutsahata. Then mitre avanchakta. The Lord was never deceitful to his friends. Just like he promised Sugriva that he'll get back his kingdom and his wife, and he did it. He was never ever deceitful to his friends.
Wonderful.
You know? And there are a few more things I'm just going to very quickly go through. Then Guru Vinayata, Chitte Ati Tamavirta. So Guru Vinayata, the Lord was very humble in front of his spiritual masters. And then Chitte Timavirata. So his mind was always tranquil, very peaceful. Then Acharya Sujita Gune Rasikta. His conduct was very pure, and he had love for following the good qualities. So he was embodiment of all the good qualities. Shastriyasya Vijnanata. The Lord was very knowledgeable. So he had realized knowledge of the scriptures. The very learned in all the scriptures. His beauty was matchless.
Wow.
And finally, Shiva Bhajan. The Lord worshipped Lord Shiva because Lord Shiva worships him as a devotee. Lord honored Lord Shiva. So, Bho Raghav. So, Charles Pandit is saying here, my dear Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ram, this is only possible in your personality, in your divine personality. Now, when we look at all these qualities, they are qualities which will make human life successful. So Lord Ram's incarnation is the topmost example of how a human being should live. And therefore, the Ramayana has been going on. Last week, we went through some of the history.
Yes.
The Ramayana has been going on in many forms, languages, and countries, and is still going on. Hare Krishna.
Excellent. That was brilliant Churcha. And you know, when is the next festival? Because we love your Churcha.
I think we shouldn't wait for the festival. We should do once in a month or something like that.
I know Ragi loves that. She goes, when I festival goes, I love the Churcha, you know, so it's spontaneous and everything. I mean, you know, when you come on, I have to think of how to milk you. You know, I'm a milkman. I'm a milkman. So I have to think of some ways of sort of doing it. And Guru Sevak, he had to go somewhere. So, you know, he couldn't be on it. He loves Ramayana, just like Vidya Prabhu said. You know, when he had Pundrik Maharaj speak the Ramayana, he really got glued into it. Now, I'm funny like that. I've heard the Ramayana, I'm reading the Ramayana and everything. But it's going to Lord Ram. I've actually gone from Krishna to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu now, in a big way. So I think, okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna and Lord Ram. In one, I'm getting three, so no problem. So I'll do that.
I think what you're doing is what our Gauri Vaishnava Siddhanta says. Now, Acharya also says, our Acharya say, like Lochandas Thakur, he sings a nice bhajan. He says, Avatar Sar Gora Avatar. The essence of all incarnation
is all
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all the today is Ramnavami, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he really glorified the devotees who showed their fixed devotion to Lord Ram, like Murari Gupta, Anupam, and the South Indian Brahmana where the Lord stayed.
Yes.
He really, really glorified them because their devotion to Lord Ram was unshakable. And the Lord appreciated that.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vidya Prabhu. You know, the scarf really looks
good. Thank you, Vidya Prabhu.
Kurta is really nice. And today you didn't have a backdrop, Raghupati Prabhu. No. I was thinking, I said, is he going to have a Vrindavan backdrop? I want
No. It's just as it is.
As it is. Raghupati, as it is.
I was too worried.
Your name is Raghupati. Your name is
I was given the the password Sunday and it didn't work. So I'm waiting there. But I thought, okay, let's
and your name Your name is Raghupati. Raghupati Raja Ram. Right, thank you very much. Okay, Jai Siya
Thank you,
Ram.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Ho, Jai Ho. Thank you so much. All right, Anil, are you ready? So I'm sorry, I apologize to Anil Prabhu. I had told him earlier on, you're on next, and you know what? I got sidetracked. So Anil, you're on next. Where are you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Oh, you're there. Can you put yourself on? I can see your beautiful face. Can you unmute? Can you unmute his video? Oh, there you are.
Hare Krishna,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Can you put him on next to me, please? There you are. You're in a car.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Where are you going? To a Ram temple?
No, I went to the South Shri Ram Mandir.
Okay. And you're coming back?
Coming back from Shri Ram Mandir.
Okay. So you're going to sing us a bhajan in the car.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So say it'll be like Rath Yatra.
Yes,
You're
Prabhuji.
in a Rath, we are singing. Okay. What are you going to sing for us today?
I'm Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram.
Ah, there you are. I'm just teasing Raghupati Prabhu, and so you're going to sing that. So over to you. Do you have your chene or whatever normally you play?
And
No, because I think the police will arrest you for carrying a weapon. All right. Away you go. Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Bolo Siyavar Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Sitaram, Sitaram, Bhaj Pyare Tu Sitaram, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram, Sundar Vikara Mankasham, Ganga Tulasi Salakram, Sundar Vikara Mankasham, Ganga Tulasi Salakram, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram, Bhadragishwara Sitaram, Bhakajana Priya Sitaram, Janaki Ramana Sitaram, Jaya Jaya Raghuvara Sitaram, Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram, Patita Pavana Sitaram, Jaya Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Nitai Chand, Sachinandana Jaya Nitai Chand, Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gor, Nitai Gor, Nitai Gor, Nitai Gor, Bola Siyavara Ramachandra Bhagavan ki
Jai Ho. Jai Ho. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. That was all in the car, and he sang Raghupati Raghav. So that was excellent. So now who do we have next? Okay. Naval Prabhu from the temple. Naval Prabhu, are you there?
Yes. Haribol.
Okay. Haribol, Naval Prabhu, I hope you're doing good today, and thank you for lending the mics today. The sound from the temple was very good. And so what are you going to sing for us today?
I'm going to start with Mahamantra, then Raja Ram Ram Ram.
Okay, that's good. That's a sharp haircut you got.
Thank you.
It looks fresh.
It's Ramchandra's
Ready
birthday.
for
I had to
Ram,
look
are you?
sharp.
All right, thank you. So let's hear you. Jai Ho.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Raja Ram, Sita Ram, Raja Ram, Sita Ram,
Raja Ram, Sita Ram, Raja Ram, Sita Ram,
Ram Raja Ram, Sita Ram, Raja Ram, Sita Ram,
Raja Ram, Sita Ram, Raja Ram, Sita Ram,
Raja Ram, Sita Ram, Raja Ram, Sita Ram.
Raja Ram, Sita Ram, Raja Ram, Sita Ram,
Raja Ram, Sita Ram, Raja Ram, Sita Ram,
Raja Ram, Sita Ram,
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram
Ram Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare 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 Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram Ram Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram Ram Ram
Sita Ram Ram Ram
Radhe Sham Sham Sham
Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram Ram Ram
Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram 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 Sita Ram Ram Ram
Raja Ram Ram Sham Sham,
Sita Ram Ram Ram,
Raja Ram Ram Ram,
Sita Ram Ram Ram,
Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Sita Ram Ram Ram,
Raja Ram Ram Ram,
Sita Ram Ram Ram,
Radhe Sham Sham Sham,
Sita Ram Ram Ram,
Raja Ram Ram Ram,
Sita Ram Ram Ram,
Raja Ram Ram Ram.
Sita Ram Ram Ram.
Bol Siyavara Ramchandra Bhagwan ki. Thank you very much, Naval Prabhu and Ritika ji. Both of you sounded really, really nice. Ritika ji, that's your mother on the by the radiator. That's your mother there.
That's my mom.
Yeah, very good. Lovely to see her. Thank you. And I'd like to thank you personally on behalf of the temple for cleaning, washing the front of the temple. I came today, I couldn't believe it. You cleared all the cobwebs and, really did good. And it's wonderful service to actually clean the temple. All the devotees you see here, they all started by washing the door and the steps and everything. And then they entered and became initiated and now serving the Lord. So that's the entrance. And if you clean that, you clean your heart. And when you clean the heart, you can get near the Lordship. So thank you very much. That was really nice. So now we're off to Bengal. Mrs. Roy. Mrs. Roy, are you there?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Where's your video? I can't see you. Can Dinesh Prabhu put the video on? Yeah. Can you unmute? Oh, there you are. Jai Ho, Jai Siya Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
आज क्या गाएंगे हमारे लिए?
राम भजन.
राम भजन है, गौर भजन नहीं.
नहीं, आज राम भजन.
हाँ, चलो राम भजन गाइए आप. चलो, आनंद आए.
Thank you. प्रेम से मदी मन से कहो राम राम राम. प्रेम से मदी मन से कहो राम राम राम. श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम. पाप काटे दुख मिटे लेते राम नाम. पाप काटे दुख मिटे लेते राम नाम. जय राम जय राम जय राम. जय श्री राम राम राम. भव समुद्र सुख नाव एक राम नाम. भव समुद्र सुख नाव एक राम. परम शांति निदान नित्य राम नाम. परम शांति निदान नित्य राम नाम. निराधार कहो आधार एक राम नाम. निराधार कहो आधार एक राम नाम. राम 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 श्री राम. परमगुप्त परम इष्ट मंत्र राम नाम. परम गुप्त परम इष्ट मंत्र एक राम. राम राम राम. संत हृदये सदा बसंत एक राम नाम. संत हृदये सदा बसंत एक राम नाम. महादेवेर शत जप दिव्य राम नाम. महादेवेर शत जप दिव्य राम नाम. राम राम राम. काशी मत मुक्त करो कहो राम नाम. काशी मत मुक्त करो कहो राम नाम. पिता माता बंधु सखा सबै तो राम. पिता माता बंधु सखा सबै तो राम. भक्त जनेर जीवन धन एक राम. भक्त जनेर जीवन धन एक राम. भक्त जनेर जीवन धन एक राम. जय राम श्री राम Sri Ram. Joy Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Ram. Joy Ram, Sri Ram, 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 Ram. Joy Ram, Sri Ram, Joy Ram, Sri Ram, 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Joy Ram, Joy Ram, Joy Sitaram, Joy Ram, Raghupati Raghava Sitaram, Joy Ram, Joy Ram, Joy Ram, Hari Bol.
हरि बोल, जय सिया राम। अति सुंदर, बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा।
Thank you.
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा। तो आप रामायण वगैरह पढ़ते हैं? आपने पढ़ा रामायण जीवन में?
पढ़ती
वेरी नाइस। ये तो मुझे लगा पता नहीं आप पढ़ते कि नहीं।
भागवत पढ़ती है, रामायण पढ़ती है, चैतन्य चरितमृता पढ़ती है, गीता पढ़ती है। हमें तो सब एक राम नाम।
ओ, एक ही है, बस पढ़ने से आनंद आता है सभी। आप भक्त हैं, बहुत अच्छा। ओके, सो अभी जाएंगे हम। आई थिंक वी गोइंग ऑल द वे टू हिंकली। सो प्रेम प्रकाश प्रभु, आर यू रेडी? Oh yes, I see the headphones and the microphone and the bathroom sound. Because I used to tease Guru Sevak as well. Every time you read about it, that's the bathroom sound. Okay, so now the bathroom bhajan all the way from Hinckley about Siaram.
Riva.
So what are we going to hear today?
It's a Awadh bhajan. So Awadh Vihari ho. It's regarding Sri Ram because he was born in Awadh. So
yeah, Awadh. So and then after you, Aradhya Prabhu, yeah, doing a separate song. Very nice. Okay, I hope.
हो अवध विहारी हो अवध विहारी हो, हम आए शरण तिहारी। हो अवध विहारी हितकारी हो आओ शरण हितकारी हो आए शरण तिहारी अवध बिहारी हो अवध बिहारी हो आए शरण तिहारी कनक बिहारी हो आए शरण तिहारी संकट हारी हो आए शरण तिहारी गिरिवर भारी हो आए शरण तिहारी कुंज विहारी हो आए शरण तिहारी कुंज विहारी हो आए शरण तिहारी कुंज विहारी हो आए शरण तिहारी आए शरण तिहारी आए शरण तिहारी हरि बोल जय श्री
Yes,
राम
that was wonderful. Now I notice Lord Ram is being called Kunj Bihari here.
No, Prabhuji, we added it.
Oh, that's why it threw me. I was
So
thinking.
ultimately everything leads to Krishna, so and
Maybe,
end
but I
with
was
Kunj.
just thinking when the Kunj Bihari goes, there's a Rasabhas here. But it isn't Rasabhas because in, where was it, Panchavati. Panchavati, they stayed in a Kunj,
Okay.
for 12 years or so. So it's accurate. Sata, maybe that's why it's named, but I didn't realize you added it. Well done. Okay, Rajesh, your turn. Do you get the mic?
Yes, Prabhuji. Mute
Well
first.
done. What's he gonna sing today?
Ram Raghav.
Oh, Rama Raga. That's a lovely t-shirt you're wearing.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And,
That's okay.
brilliant. That was excellent. That's my favorite melody. You know, when I first joined ISKCON, somebody sang that, Rama Raga, and I was thinking, that's a lovely melody line. And then the Mahamantra followed. So he did very well on harmonium. It sounded great. Well done, Aradhya. You did good. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I loved your bhajan you sang. So we look forward to, I don't know what to read from Monday onwards because we've been reading Ramayana. And I think we'll do Japa for a while. It's sort of think which book we start. Or maybe Prahlad Maharaj, because Nrsimha Chaturdashi is coming. So that'll be good. Thank you very much for your contribution. Jai Ho. Now we go all the way to Coventry. Now there's somebody with the name of similar to Sita Mata. It's called Janaki. So we have Janaki Devi. I think she would like to glorify Lord Ram. So what bhajan you have for us today?
Today I can sing Sita Ram Ji ki pyari Rajdhani lage.
Oh, wow. It's very good. I thought you might be giving us one of the stotras or something like that, because you always bring out something special like that. I thought, here we go, maybe Ram stotra or something.
Yeah, there's so many I heard, but I don't know. I couldn't decide which one, because
right.
in the Ramayana there's so many Atri Muni Stutis. Yeah, there's Lakshman Stuti. Yeah, Bharat Stuti. There's so many, so it's hard for me to decide, because it's all really.
Whatever you do, you're going to do good. Your name is Janaki, and you know you're from Mithila, and whatever you say about Lord Ram, we accept it.
Even this bhajan is from Ramcharit Manas.
Manas. Okay. Well done. Okay, we're looking forward to it. Thank you. Jai Ho.
Sita Ram Ji ki pyari Rajdhani lage, Rajdhani lage, मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे, के मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे। धन्य कौशल्य धन्य कैकेयी धन्य सुमित्रा मैया, धन्य सुमित्रा मैया। धन्य कूप दशरथ जी के आंगन खेलत जारो भैया, मीठी तोतली रसीली प्रभु की बानी लागे, प्रभु की बानी लागे। मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे। सीताराम जी की प्यारी रजधानी लागे, रजधानी लागे। मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे। छोटी शावनी रंग महल हनुमान गढ़ी अति सुंदर, हनुमान गढ़ी अति सुंदर। स्वयं जगत के मालिक बैठे कनक भवन के अंदर, सीताराम जी की प्यारी रजधानी लागे, रजधानी लागे। मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे। छोटी शावनी रंग महल हनुमान गढ़ी अति सुंदर, हनुमान गढ़ी अति सुंदर। स्वयं जगत के मालिक बैठे कनक भवन के अंदर, सीताराम जी की शोभा सुख धामी लागे, सुख धानी लागे। मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे, के मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे। सहज सुहावन जन्म भूमि श्री रघुवर राम लला की, श्री रघुवर राम लला की। जानकी महल सुचि सुंदर शोभा, लक्ष्मण जूत किला की, लक्ष्मण जूत किला की। जहाँ की कंद कंद में प्रीति पुरानी लागे, हाँ पुरानी लागे। मुहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे कि सीताराम जी की सीताराम जी की प्यारी रजधानी लागे रजधानी लागे मुहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे जय सिया राम दंडवत भैया मधुरी वाणी बोले मधुरी वाणी बोले करे कीर्तन संत मगन मन गली गली में डोले गली गली में डोले सीताराम नाम सुख प्यारी सीताराम नाम धुन प्यारी मस्तानी लागे मस्तानी लागे मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे के मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे प्रभु पद प्राप्त करते सब पी कर श्री हरि रस को हाँ पी कर श्री हरि रस को जनरा देश रहे नित निर्भय फिक्र कहो क्या उसको फिक्र कहो क्या उसको जिनको मात पिता रघुवर सियावर सिया महारानी लागे सिया महारानी लागे मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे के मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे सीताराम जी की प्यारी रजधानी लागे रजधानी लागे मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे मोहे मीठो मीठो सरयू जी को पानी लागे हरे कृष्ण
Jai Siya Ram. Wow, 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 wow. That's wonderful. That's the same tune as Yamuna Ji Ka Pani. That one. Yeah. I thought so. It's a similar tune. So thank you very much. That's very nice. And who's decorated the picture at the back behind you?
Yes, Tulsi did it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Looks very nice. So.
Going all over like that.
All right. Nice, wonderful. Yeah, thank you. I like it when children get involved. So, they'll remember these events when they grow up and it will shape their life. And it's nice to know character of Lord Ram and Krishna and, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you're doing very, very well. And thank you for that lovely bhajan. Jai Siya Ram. Okay, Jai Siya Ram. So now we'll go to the temple. I would like Pranava Prabhu, can you go on the mic? So like to see your handsome face. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Jai. These are new curtains I see. On the picture, they look like black.
Yeah, because it's they are dark blue, bro. Maybe that's the reason.
Oh, yeah. You just, the camera never gets the color quite right,
Yeah.
So that's lovely. So you can take your mask off. So we want to see the smile as well. Otherwise, I look like, you're hiding something. Okay, so now, how did you get the idea to do the backdrop? The background is lovely. And your turban and the gopi. I'm sorry, Pujari, but the gopi dots were very beautiful today. Pujari is good, but Pranava, you did an excellent job on it. Here we go. Yes. Thank you. Jai, look at that. It's so beautiful. For Gopurnima, look at those gopi dots on there. Excellent. The turban. How do you even envisage it? It's complicated there. Real flowers and look at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's turban. It's absolutely perfect. Wow, he's so happy. He's blessing you, blessing all. And Vidhu's bow, I just love it. It looks so opulent. It couldn't kill anybody. That bow is so beautiful. So Pranava, back to you. I mean, those chakras you done, this yellow and all that's something new as well, isn't it? Or have you used them before?
Which chakras, Prabhu?
These yellow, yellow and red.
We used Prabhu previously, but we used it in a different format.
All right.
But we changed them, the directions and all, so it looks little new. But yeah, we used them earlier, almost 2 years back for Gaur Purnima.
Oh, really? Yeah, couldn't. And the arrows, I just love it. The light goes away from the arrow, like here we go, it's shooting something.
That's like Vidrani Mataji's idea. We were started putting them on, and then, as you know, Krishna gives the intelligence,
Yes.
So then Vidrani Mataji said, we'll try that, and it was looking good. So we spent little time, and then it all.
No, it was very, very well done. I mean, I thought, you had very short time this time. I mean, and, you couldn't have come to the temple, but you did. And you managed quite a bit with your team. I mean, you got a lovely team there. I was blown over at the whole dressing. Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, dressed so well because, it's my service now to dress up Subhadra Maharani. Premanji does Balramji and Jagannathji, and I do Sudarshan. And so once you start to do the service, then you start to zoom in how others dress up. So it was very well done, all really neat and everything. And instead of dressing up today, we ended up cooking, Premanji and I, for Lord Ram. And she managed somehow. It was good, she didn't eat till 12 o'clock. She had a little earlier on. But I was just thinking how Krishna is so kind. So tell me a little bit, I mean, how did you come across this background idea? I just want to know.
Actually, for...
Did Tatiksha tell you? Did Tatiksha tell you how to draw it?
For Gaur Purnima itself, we thought of having different colors, Prabhu. But because we already used that, we wanted to do a little bit different. We want to use new colors.
Okay.
Then we had different arch, and full team was not there. It's only me, and somehow it came the way you have seen for Gaur Purnima. This is we want to follow the same thing, but we use the existing ones. And then we started putting them up, and then Vidrani Mataji gave some ideas, Satya, and then Vidur Prabhu. Somehow it's all came together.
No, it's absolutely brilliant. Well done to the team. But you're always the quiet one, shy one, it looks like. But if you're not there, we worry because we were debating whether you can come and do the thing. So we really, from everybody, like to thank you. Very inspiring. When you zoom in the details of the Lordship and the whole thing, the whole altar. I'm telling you, lunchtime when we took darshan, I was just blown over. I was thinking such a short time and existing materials, we didn't even get new outfits or anything, the existing one. And it was awesome. It really, really is. So, bolo, Jai Siya Ram. So, thank you.
Siya.
So, as the head pujari, a little consultation. Shall we do Aarti now? And is Jai Radha ready to sing? Jai Radha is there somewhere?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, she'll do Gaur Aarti. Pujari Dev, aap आइए. एक बार माइक पे आइए. अभी क्यों मास्क डाल रहे हैं, निकालो ना. अरे आपका चेहरा.
जय हो प्रभु, जय 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 श्री राम.
जय श्री राम. तो आज आप प्रसन्न हो गए कि ऑल्टर कितना अच्छा लग रहा है आज फेस्टिवल.
जी प्रभु जी, मुझे थोड़ा जेलस हो रहा है, थोड़ा अंदर हिंसा हो रही है.
होना चाहिए. आप
भी आजकल सुभद्रा को अच्छा सजने लग गए. प्रभु गोपी डोरा अच्छा करने लगे. मैं तो पीछे रह गया प्रभु जी. अब क्या होगा मेरा, सोच रहा होगा.
नहीं, आपका वही आप जो करते हैं हम नहीं कर पाते. ना ही प्रणव कर सकता है, ना ही विदुर, ना हम. आप दिन रात इतनी सेवा करते हैं तो भगवान आपको घमंड ना हो तो हमें भेज देते, थोड़ा सा कर देते डेकोरेशन वगैरह.
आप सबकी कृपा है जी प्रभु जी.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
जय श्री राम.
थैंक यू. जय श्री राम. चलो
प्रभु जी, हमारी सुभद्रा माता पहले थोड़ा जल्दी साज लेती थी, कई हफ्ता से थोड़ा लेजी हो गए, पता नहीं क्यों.
नहीं वो देर अभी लेडी बन गई है प्रभु. मैं तो गुत बनाने वाला हूँ अभी. अभी देखना क्या क्या होता है. अच्छा, तो केक बनाया है
जी? केक तो बनाया, जरूर केक बनाया प्रभु जी.
कभी काटेंगे आरती के बाद
जी. आरती के बाद काटेंगे प्रभु जी.
नरसिंह आरती के बाद केक काटेंगे. वाह, चलो शुरू करें. जय सिया राम.
आरती शोभा
शिवा जय जय गोरा आंदे आरती शोभा
शिवा जय जय गौर चांदे आरती शोभा
जय
आरती कोरे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगाना आरती कोरे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवज्ञान नरा हरि आदि कोरी चमर दुलाया आदि कोरी चमर दुलाया संजय मुकुंद वासु घोषादि गाया संजय मुकुंद वासु घोषादि गाया शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला
शंखा बाजे डंक बाजे बाजे करताला गंगा बाजे परम रसाला मधुरा
शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधुर नादुर बाजे
शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधुर नादुर बाजे
शंखा बाजे डंक बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
निताय गौरा हरि
बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि
हरि बोल
बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
बहु कोटि चंद्र जीनी
वदन उज्ज्वला कोटि चंद्र जिनी वदन उज्ज्वला काल देशे वनमाला कोरे जलमाला काल देशे वनमाला कोरे जलमाला शिवा सुख नारद प्रेमे गदगादा शिवा सुख नारद प्रेमे गदगादा कति विनोदा देखे संपादा भक्ति विनोदा देखे गौर संपादा जय जय गौर चांदे आरोतिक शोभा जय जय गौर चांदे आरोतिक शोभा जानवी तत्वानी जगमन लोभा जगजन मन लोभा जगजन मन लोभा जगजन मन लोभा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल 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 नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णा
कृष्णाय
भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामिने सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद नित्यानंद अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा निताय गौरंगा गोरा गोरा हरि
जय सच्चिदानंद जय नित्यानंद
जय सच्चिदानंद जय नित्यानंद जय सच्चिदानंद जय नित्यानंद जय सच्चिदानंद जय नित्यानंद
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरि सिया राम
हरि सिया राम हरि
रघुनंदन राघव
राम हरि सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरि सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरि सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि
सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि
सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि
सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि
सिया
राम
राम
हरे
सिया राम हरि सिया राम हरि
श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
राजा राम 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 राजा राम 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 राजा राम 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 राजा राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 राजा राम 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 राजा राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 राजा राम 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 राजा राम 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 राजा राम राम राम
राजा राम 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 राजा राम 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 राजा राम राम राजा राम राम राम
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राधा माधव
जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे
राधा माधव राधा
जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे
मधुसूदन जय मधुसूदन
जय मधुसूदन जय मधुसूदन मधुसूदन जय मधुसूदन
जय गिरिराज जय गिरिराज जय गिरिराज जय गिरिराज
गिरिराज गिरिराज जय गिरिराज
जय मणिमा जय मणिमा जय मणिमा जय मणिमा
मणिमा मणिमा मणिमा जय मणिमा
जय राधा रमन राधा रमन राधे
जय राधा रमण राधा रमण राधे
जय राधा रमन राधा रमन राधे
जय राधा रमण राधा रमण राधे
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे
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 नीलाचल चंद्र स्वामी जगन्नाथ नीलाचल माधव जगन्नाथ
नीलाचल चंद्र स्वामी जगन्नाथ नीलाचल माधव प्यारे जगन्नाथ
जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय महारानी जय सुभद्रा
जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेव सुभद्रा
जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय महारानी जय सुभद्रा
जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय महारानी जय सुभद्रा
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे
जय सच्चिदानंदन गौर हरि विष्णु प्रिय प्राणधन नदी हरि
जय सच्चिदानंदन गौर हरि विष्णु प्रिय प्राणधन नदी बिहारी
जय सच्चिदानंदन गौर हरि विष्णु प्रिय प्राणधन नदी बिहारी
जय सच्चिदानंदन गौर हरि विष्णु प्रिय प्राणधन नदी बिहारी
जय नित्य
जय नित्य एक चक्रधा
गौरा 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 हरि
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 जय सच्चिदानंद गौरा हरि
जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि
जय नित्याचार जय नित्याचार
जय नित्याचार जय नित्याचार
एक चक्रा
जय नित्याचार एक चक्रधा
जय नित्याचार जय नित्याचार
जय नित्याचार जय नित्याचार
गौरा 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 हरि
गौरा गौरा गौर हरि
गौरा 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 हरि
गौरा गौरा गौर हरि
गौरा 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 हरि
गौरा गौरा गौर हरि
गौरा 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 हरि
गौरा गौरा गौर
जय
हरि
सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान
Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman.
Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
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 Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद अभय चरण अरविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद के जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिला प्रभुपाद महाराज की साक्षात वैराग्य मूर्ति शिला गौरी कृष्णदास बाबूजी महाराज की सच्चिदानंद शिला भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर महाराज की वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की श्री रूप श्री सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सर गोस्वामी की नमाचार्य शिला हरदास ठाकुर की श्री श्री सचिनंद निताय चांद की जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की नीलाचल क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप मथुरा धाम की श्री श्री सचिनंद निताय चांद की महाराम नवमी महोत्सव के सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान के सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान के अयोध्यापुरी धाम के इस्कॉन कवेंट्री की परम आराध्य पवन शीला गुरु महाराज की जगत गुरु शीला प्रभुपाद की गौर आनंदे Alle glories to the Simul devotees. Alle glories to the Simul devotees. Alle glories to the Simul devotees. Alle glories, alle glories, alle glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj ki. Jai ho.
Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram. Dhanyavad. That was very beautiful aarti. So now Aniruddha is waiting in around the corner. He wants to sing the Singade. But before we do that, we'll read the names of the devotees who need, little mercy from the Lordship. So the Russian-Ukrainian war victims, so it's continuing. The war hasn't ended. So really our heart reaches out for them, and may peace be there. Also, we lost a Kinchana Das, so he left his body, and so we pray his journey is safe and he reaches the highest realm to serve Krishna there. Also, let's say prayers for His Holiness Japatak Swami, Lokanath Swami, Gopal Krishna Swami, and many other ISKCON gurus and leaders suffering around the world, and all their care teams. Also, I think Pranava is okay now, so I'll take him off the list, but blessings to Pranava and family for all their hard work. I think the Pattapavan is also a bit better now, but we'll do another Nrsingadev for him. Jyoti Mallan definitely needs mercy of Lord Nrsingadev. Vinod Manjri also, Sudesh Kula, Bhaktin Rita Bhatgama's mother, Prem Manjri, Shraddha Devi, Srimati, Prem Mallan, definitely, Shanti Ben Solanki, Chiguru Srinivas, Gaur Hari Prabhu and his mother, John, Devinder, Kishorbai, Takrar, Daniel House, and many devotees and congregation members who might have had COVID or cold or whatever, so they recover. And that goes for everyone around the world who's suffering. and general well-being of the whole world. So it says Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Rama Raghav, Rakshamam. So we are asking for mercy of the Lord Nrsimhadev and Lord Ram. So Aniruddha, you ready? You ready to sing Namaste? Yes, he is. Are you going to play the cymbals or without cymbals? Without the kartals? Without the kartals, yeah?
Wait.
Okay, your mother can play the kartals.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Jai.
Namaste Narsingaya, Namaste Narsingaya, Prahlada Lada Daine, Prahlada Lada Daine, Hiranyakashi Bhakshaya, Hiranyakashi Bhakshaya, Chila Chankana Kalaye, Chila Chankana Kalaye, Eto Nashingo Parato Nashingo, Eto Nashingo Parato Nashingo, Yato Yato Yamitato Nashingo, Yato Yato Yamitato Nashingo, Pahi Nashingo Ridaye Nashingo, Pahi Nashingo Ridaye Nashingo, Narshim Mamadim Sharanam Prapade, Narshim Mamadim Sharanam Prapade, Tabo Koro Komalabare Naga Adbhut Nashinga Dolita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavudrita Rara Hariduba Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Keshavudrita Narahari Ruba Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Jagadesha Hare Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Jaya Gurudev Gita Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gita Gora Hari Bol 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 Nrsimha Bhagwan ki
Nrsimhadev ki
jai.
Bhakpalad ki jai, Srila Prabhupada Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Anirudh, that was perfect. That was so sweet. That was brilliant. You really sing beautifully. All right, you continue singing. That was very nice. Okay, thank you very much. Jai Ho. Vidhu Prabhu, is that time now that to cut the cake. Vidhu Prabhu, you can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Tribal at the temple. Yeah, you can hear. Yes. Yes, it's time for cutting the cake.
But just
Okay, we
before-
can hear you now. We can hear you, yeah.
Just before that, this is an appeal, please. I hope you really enjoyed the festival. We certainly did. It feels good that the temple is beginning to open, not fully open yet, but beginning to open. And it felt really great to be here. Yes, Gerard? Yeah, she was almost crying this morning.
Why, too many chilies in the prasad or what?
Yeah, probably, yeah, that's
Jai.
But please, every festival, despite the limited number of people here, we still did a fantastic job the team has. So congratulations again to the altar team and the kitchen
Yes.
team. They did fantastic. And the tech team, they did very well, setting the sound up and the video up.
Yeah.
Well done to all of them. And we got a new recruit, I believe, in Naval. I don't know what happened yesterday. He brought two of his really classy mics, SM65B. And a little mixer box. What is that box? What?
Focus right. It's like Onyx.
Okay, whatever it is. I mean, you are the tech team, okay? So you got a new recruit now in that area. Yeah, well done. I made the whole program fantastic today.
Very nice. Sound was brilliant. The visual was brilliant. Yeah.
Okay. So please, an appeal for the festival. We had some expenses. I just declared that on Friday and yesterday, maybe even today, when you went to Dunham for the altar, you had to do something. So there is an expense. So please, the appeal which was on the WhatsApp notice board, if I'll just read it out, was if you'd like, please sponsor or donate towards these items: flowers, 101 pounds, dairy garlands, 31 pounds each. Beautiful garlands, by the way, on the lordships. Maha Ankut, you saw the Ankut in the morning? It's amazing, wasn't it? Amazing, 101 pounds. And the cake, 51 pounds. Some of these may have already been sponsored, but doesn't matter. Just give a general donation, please. The temple needs it. And talking about the temple, we have some news from Bharat, from the person who's making the altar. He says it's almost ready now for shipping. It's almost ready for shipping. So you never know. We could have the new altar here for Janmashtami. So I don't know, but how long it takes and all the paperwork and everything, but we don't know. But after this long delay, we're like getting a little excited now about it. Okay, to cut the cake, I would really like to invite, Ba. After a long time, અમે તમને જોઈએ છે, તમે આવ્યા. And I remember, Haridas, correct me, that the appeal for the refurbishment, hers was one of the first donations.
Yeah. Bob was the first one to give. First one to give.
Unexpectedly. We weren't expecting it. Suddenly it came. So we would like you, we are so happy to see you. તમે આજે આવ્યા છે, અમે બહુ ખુશી છે. અને અમે યાદ કરે છે કે આ જે સમૂહનું અહીંયા કેવું છે મંદિરમાં, ખબર પહેલા કેવું હતું મંદિર, હવે કેવું છે. તો એ પેલો દાન તમારા તરફથી આવ્યો હતો, પેલો દાન.
Turn the green mic.
Is it off now?
That's off.
Okay.
Yep, green's off.
તો તમે આવો અને કેક કાપો, તમે તમારી પરિવાર, તમારી ફેમિલી, પ્લીઝ. You all come home, okay?
ज्योत से ज्योत जगा.
Wait.
What happened?
Sorry, no, because we couldn't hear anything you were saying. He was banging away. So તમે બધા સતીશ ને તમે બધા આવો.
ज्योत से ज्योत
जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो. राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, उसको गले से लगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो.
Jai Sri Ram. Very well.
Look here first, and Aditi. Ba, અહીંયા જોવો પહેલા. Ba, આ બધું જોવો પહેલા.
चलो ज्योत जग गई. अभी अभी केक काटो, हम बोलेंगे हैप्पी बर्थडे।
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shri Ram.
Happy birthday to you.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna to you. Bolo Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai 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 Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Bolo Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Bolo Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jai Ho, we can hear you all the way to Ayodhya. Yeah, that was really, really nice. Pranava Prabhu, Pranava Prabhu. Pranava Prabhu, if you can take picture of Go Nitai and take the fruits away, so it's a full length, but turn Lord Nityanand little to the left. Stand a little bit distant. The eyes should be looking, because sometimes we don't have a shot of them looking in the same direction, because the Nityanand looking slightly different. So if you can take the fruit away and take a full length, I think we should like to take pictures, and people who want to worship Go Nitai, we can give them this picture. It's very nice. Yeah, but tilt the direction of Nityanand Prabhu a bit, so they're all looking at the same point. You have to be about 3 foot away, and then slowly turn. Yeah, both should be looking same way, and then you take a shot, and that's the one we can reproduce. Make sure it's a good camera you got. Yeah. Thank you. It's wonderful. Wow. If you turn the base a little bit, Nityanand Prabhu to the left, or whichever way. If you stand in the middle of both of them and see if they both eyes are looking at you, and if they are, then take the shot from there, because I like to reproduce that. You choose the best camera, eh? Whoever's got the most expensive.
It's happening. Take a few minutes.
Yeah.
I just want to thank everybody who joined us tonight, and we will be closing the YouTube program, now. The Zoom program will continue for a little while longer, but the YouTube one will close now. Okay? Because the program is more or less finished now. But on Zoom we can continue a little bit longer.
Great.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to thank Vidhu Prabhu for staying on, because you weren't going to stay on for the evening, and Pranava Prabhu. So thank you for staying on, made the difference. Jai Ho. I'd like to thank everyone. Thank you, Dinesh Prabhu, for all your zooming in and zooming out.
Hare Ram,